Episode topic: Don't waste your life. English podcast for easy conversation in daily life. Learn English fast.
2 summers ago, I was at a family dinner. My uncle looked at me across the table and asked, "So, what have you been up to lately?" And I opened my mouth to answer, and nothing came out.
Nothing?
Nothing real. Because the honest answer was, I had been busy, very busy, but I couldn't point to a single thing that actually mattered to me.
Busy but empty.
Exactly that. Busy but empty. And that question from my uncle stayed with me for weeks, because I realized I had been filling every hour without actually living any of them.
If that feeling sounds familiar, keep listening. This one is important.
Daily English Podcast.
From Daily English Podcast.
Hey English learners, welcome back. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Nova. This is your daily English podcast for real conversations, useful vocabulary, and natural listening practice that fits into your everyday life.
We talk about things that matter here. Real life, real English. No shortcuts, no boring drills.
And today's topic is one of the most honest conversations we've had on this podcast so far.
I think so too. But first, Nova, how are you doing? How has your week been?
It's been a really thoughtful week, actually. I had a moment on Wednesday where I sat down with a cup of coffee and just looked at my schedule for the month. And I asked myself, am I happy with how I'm spending my time?
And what did you find?
Mixed results. Some things I was proud of. Some things I realized were just habits with no real purpose.
That's an honest look.
It felt good to do it, though, like cleaning out a closet. A little uncomfortable, but lighter after.
I love that image. My week was good. I had a long conversation with an old friend I hadn't spoken to in almost a year, and that one conversation felt more meaningful than most of my week put together.
That says something.
It really does, and it connects perfectly to what we're talking about today.
Before we get into it, a small favor.
Yes, if this podcast is helping your English and giving you something to think about, please like this episode, subscribe to Daily English Podcast, and share it with a friend who's learning English.
Especially a friend who keeps saying they're busy but doesn't feel like they're moving forward.
This episode might be the conversation they need. Okay, let's get into it.
So, Daniel, let's be direct. What does it mean to waste your life? That sounds dramatic, but let's break it down simply.
You're right, it does sound big, but it doesn't have to mean something dramatic. It doesn't mean doing nothing at all.
Right. Most people who waste their lives are actually very busy.
Exactly. It's more quiet than that. Wasting your life means spending your days on things that don't reflect who you are, what you value, or where you want to go.
Not because you're lazy, but because you never stop to ask, is this actually what I want?
Think of your life like a river.
A river, okay.
A river is always moving, water is always flowing, but if the riverbanks have no direction, the water just spreads out, gets shallow, and eventually soaks into the ground. It goes everywhere and nowhere at the same time.
It's moving, but it's not going anywhere with purpose.
Exactly. A river with clear banks, clear direction, moves powerfully, it carves through rock, it reaches the ocean.
So wasting your life isn't about being lazy, it's about having no banks, no direction.
No intention. And today we want to help our listeners build those banks, shape the river, so the water actually goes somewhere.
I have a personal story I want to share here because I think it makes this very real.
Please.
So about 3 years ago, I went through a period where I felt completely on autopilot.
Autopilot meaning you're moving but not really thinking or choosing.
Right, like a plane flying itself. I woke up, I checked my phone, I went to work, I came home, I watched something, I went to sleep. Every day, the same loop.
And from the outside, it probably looked fine.
Totally fine. I wasn't struggling, I wasn't unhappy exactly, but I also wasn't really alive. I was just present, existing, not living.
There's a difference between existing and living.
A big difference. And one evening, I was scrolling through some old photos, and I found pictures from a trip I took 3 years before that. And I remembered how alive I felt then, how present, how excited about each day.
And the contrast hit you.
It hit me hard. I sat there and thought, When did I stop living like that? And the honest answer was slowly, without noticing. Day by day, I had let the river spread out and get shallow.
So what did you do?
I started asking one question every morning. Just one. What is one thing I want to do today that is actually mine? Not a task someone gave me, not a habit I inherited, something that came from me.
And that changed things?
Slowly, very slowly, but yes, one question opened the banks a little, and the river started to find its direction again.
That is exactly where today's 5 tips come from. Let's share them.
Tip 1. Wake up to your life before it wakes you up.
What does that mean?
It means don't wait for a crisis to ask the important questions. Think of your life like a garden in all 4 seasons.
Okay.
If you pay attention in spring and summer, watering, weeding, planting, the garden is beautiful. But if you ignore it and only look in late autumn, everything is overgrown and it's much harder to fix.
The problems got bigger while you weren't watching.
Exactly. Most people only ask, am I living the life I want after something goes wrong? A job loss, a health scare, a relationship ending?
A crisis forces the question.
But you can ask it now, before the crisis, on a normal Tuesday, over coffee.
Just pause and look at the garden.
Just look, honestly, not to feel bad, just to see what's there, what's growing well, and what needs attention.
I started doing a monthly check-in with myself because of this. Just 15 minutes at the end of each month, I ask, what felt meaningful this month? What felt like wasted time? What do I want more of next month?
15 minutes once a month.
That's all, but it keeps me from drifting for too long without noticing.
Awareness is always the first step.
Always. Tip 2. Stop confusing being busy with living fully.
This might be the most important tip.
Think of busyness like noise.
Okay.
Imagine you're in a room where the TV is on, music is playing, someone is talking on the phone, and there's construction outside. Lots of noise, but none of it is saying anything to you.
Noise without meaning.
Exactly. Busyness can be exactly like that. You are always doing something, but the doing doesn't connect to anything you actually care about.
And silence feels uncomfortable, so we fill it with more noise.
More tasks, more scrolling, more plans that don't go anywhere. We stay busy because being still feels strange.
But being still is where the important questions live.
I had a week a while back where I was genuinely nonstop from Monday to Sunday. Meetings, errands, social plans, work deadlines. And at the end of the week, I felt exhausted and also strangely empty.
Because none of it was truly yours.
Some of it was, but most of it was just noise I had agreed to. And the exhaustion felt different from a productive tired. It felt hollow.
Hollow means empty inside, like something important is missing.
Yes, and that hollow feeling is a signal. It's your life telling you this busyness is not the same as living.
So the tip is, regularly ask yourself, is my busyness meaningful, or is it just noise?
Tip 3. Live for something beyond yourself.
This is the one that surprised me the most when I first heard it.
Yeah, we think a good life is about comfort and pleasure for ourselves, and those things are not bad.
But they're not enough on their own.
Right. Think of purpose like a fire in a fireplace.
A fire, warm image.
Yes, if you burn just enough wood to keep yourself warm, the fire does its job. But if you open a window and let the warmth reach others, a friend who is cold, a stranger at the door, the fire means more. It becomes more.
Giving the warmth away doesn't put the fire out.
It actually makes it burn stronger.
That's true of purpose. When what you do helps someone else, it feels more real, more lasting.
I had a moment like this when I started volunteering at an English conversation group on weekends. Just an hour a week helping people practice their English.
And how did it feel?
Honestly, it was one of the first things in a long time that I looked forward to without any reason other than it felt right.
No reward, no career benefit?
Nothing external, just the feeling of being useful, of mattering to someone's week.
That feeling is hard to manufacture, but easy to find when you look outside yourself.
So the tip is, find one thing you do not just for yourself, big or small, regular or occasional, something where your time benefits another person.
And notice how it changes the texture of your week.
Tip 4. Protect your deep time.
Deep time. Let's explain that.
Deep time means focused, uninterrupted time that you spend on something that truly matters to you. Not a task, not a to-do, something that feeds who you are.
Think of deep time like underground water.
Underground water.
Yes, in many places, the most pure, clean water is found deep underground, not on the surface where everything is mixed and busy.
The surface water is noisy and messy.
Exactly. Surface time is checking emails, replying to messages, running errands, all necessary, but surface.
And deep time is below that. Quiet, focused, personal.
Reading a book that changes how you think, writing in a journal, learning something just because you love it, sitting with a creative project that has no deadline.
And we protect surface time very well. We schedule meetings, we set reminders, we block out time for tasks.
But we rarely protect deep time with the same seriousness.
It gets squeezed out, always the first thing to go when the week gets busy.
I started putting deep time in my calendar like a meeting. Tuesday evenings, 7 to 8. No phone, something that's just mine.
And do you keep it?
Mostly, not always, but having it scheduled makes me much more likely to protect it.
Because it's on the map.
It exists as a real thing, not just a wish.
Deep time is where the most alive version of you lives. Don't let the surface crowd it out. Tip 5. Measure your life in moments, not milestones.
This one is gentle and important.
We are trained to measure a good life by milestones. Graduation, promotion, marriage, house, achievement.
Big markers on the road.
And those things matter, but they are rare. If you only feel alive during milestones, you are waiting most of your life.
Think of milestones like bridges on a long journey.
Okay.
Bridges are important. They get you across the water, but the journey is not just bridges. Most of the journey is the road between them. Fields, small towns, rest stops, ordinary sky.
And if you spend the whole journey with your head down waiting for the next bridge, you miss the road.
You miss the ordinary, beautiful things.
A slow morning coffee, a good conversation with a stranger, a sunset you almost didn't notice, a moment of genuine laughter that comes out of nowhere.
Those moments are not nothing. They are actually the texture of a life well lived.
I made a habit of writing down one moment each evening. Not an achievement, not a task completed, just one moment from the day that felt real.
Like what?
Like, Daniel laughed until his eyes watered at something stupid his friend said, or watched the rain for 5 minutes and felt calm. Small, ordinary.
But yours.
Completely mine. And after a few months, I read back through those notes and I thought, this is a life. These small moments, collected honestly, this is what it looks like.
Not the milestones, the moments.
The moments, that's where life actually lives.
Okay, let's slow down and go through some of the important words from today's episode.
First, autopilot, moving through life automatically without conscious choice or intention, like a plane flying itself.
I realized I had been on autopilot for months, or living on autopilot means days pass without really choosing them.
Next, intentional, doing something on purpose with clear thought and choice behind it.
I want to be more intentional about how I spend my evenings, or intentional living means asking why, not just what.
Then, hollow, empty inside, like something important is missing, even when everything looks fine from the outside.
The busy week left me feeling hollow, not accomplished, or that kind of tired feels hollow, not like good hard work.
We talked about purpose, a reason for doing things that goes beyond comfort or habit, something that gives meaning to your time.
Finding a purpose outside yourself changes how you feel about your week. Or, I started volunteering because I needed a sense of purpose.
Then, milestone, a major event or achievement that marks an important point in your life.
We often measure life only by milestones, but the moments in between matter too. Or, getting that job was a big milestone for me.
We used deep time, focused, uninterrupted personal time spent on something that truly feeds who you are.
I protect my deep time like a meeting in my calendar. Or, deep time is where your real self shows up.
And the last one, drifting, moving without direction or intention, letting life happen to you instead of choosing it.
I spent a whole year just drifting without any clear goal. Or, when we don't ask important questions, we start drifting without noticing.
Pick your favorite word from today and use it in a sentence. Write it in the comments or say it out loud. That's your English practice for today. Small effort, real progress.
Okay, let's do our final recap of the 5 tips.
Tip 1. Wake up to your life before it wakes you up. Check the garden before autumn comes.
Tip 2. Stop confusing being busy with living fully. Busyness without meaning is just noise.
Tip 3. Live for something beyond yourself. Let the warmth from your fire reach others.
Tip 4. Protect your deep time. Don't let surface tasks crowd out the most alive version of you.
And tip 5. Measure your life in moments, not milestones. The road between the bridges is where life actually lives.
You don't have to make dramatic changes to stop wasting your life.
You just have to start noticing, start asking, start choosing even in small ways every day.
One honest question, one small intention, one protected hour. That is enough to begin.
So here is our question for you today. Think honestly. What is one area of your life right now where you feel like you might be drifting, just going through the motions?
Write it in the comments. You don't have to have the answer yet. Just naming it is a powerful first step.
And if this episode made you think, made you feel something, or helped your English today, please like this video, subscribe to Daily English Podcast, and share it with someone who needs this conversation right now.
Because someone in your life does need it. Send it to them.
Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for spending this time with us.
You chose to be here. That is already a choice for something real.
This was the Daily English Podcast with Daniel
And Nova.
Until next time, live with intention, protect your moments, and be kind to yourself.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Your progress doesn't end here. To keep growing your English, click on the next video or explore the other episodes we have chosen for you.